Coming up on Rick Dancer TV, the world's largest indoor garage sales happening in Lane County. We'll tell you about that. We're going to take you to Coburg to show you the newest coffee spot with the freshest cinnamon rolls. And March is Colon Rectal Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to show you why a colonoscopy is more than just a diagnostic test. Hey, pull up a chair. Rick Dancer TV is coming up. I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. So we all know about Coburg Pizza, located in Coburg, right on the main drag. Now, Coburg Pizza is also Nana's Cafe in Coburg. So Terry Dawson is the owner, and hey, haven't seen you since I think it was last Friday when I had a pizza at Coburg Pizza in Springfield. But anyway, that's why confuse the point.
No confusion.
Nana's Cafe. What are you guys doing here? What's going on?
Well, you know,
here?
when we first moved to town 17 years ago, coffee was the thing we wanted to do to better be involved and get to know our community, and we just never got around to it. Pizza happened, and it kind of exploded, and
you
so
kind of got popular real fast.
It did kind of happen, and so last fall we decided to finally venture into some great espresso, my wife's baked goods, Nana's baked goods, and created Nana's Cafe inside the pizza company in Coburg.
What are you most famous for?
Wow. Scones and cinnamon rolls, probably, when it comes to baked goods, and especially the cinnamon rolls, because we
all made here.
All made here. We do a wide variety of them, so cranberry orange cinnamon rolls and maple bacon cinnamon rolls, and you know, our traditional cinnamon rolls, and so they're all pretty popular, and we probably have 3 times as many scone recipes that we offer, so those things tend to get a lot of traffic.
You also serve lunch here.
Yeah, we do.
What kind of sandwiches, pizza?
Sandwiches,
obviously.
pizza by the slice, wings, the Coburg Pizza Company recipe, kind of augmented by some of the frittata and the other things that we do at Nana's Cafe.
What do you want people to leave here with? Because obviously this is a big venture. When you're expanding, it means you're open even longer. And what do you want people to?
Well, we certainly want them to leave well-fed, but beyond well-fed, we want them to leave happy to have been here, and not just in a location or in our restaurant, but in Coburg and with the community of Coburg. And this has kind of become a gathering spot for the whole of our community. And so watching them interact with each other, reacquaint themselves and their relationships and their friendships, sometimes old disputes put away over a great cup of coffee, that's really the kind of thing that we hope to see as a whole, both in the Coburg Pizza Company and of course then in mornings at Nana's Cafe.
So we'll get back to Nana's coffee shop in just a few minutes. First, look who's here. Emma!
You're meeting me at my Jeep?
Yes!
Well,
so
that's service.
What, did you decide you wanted to work for the only locally owned television program in town?
No, I was coming to Goodwill, so I put it on.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks. It's been a while. You know, the paperwork's through, the restraining order's been dropped. Sorry again. People are so sensitive.
Little misunderstanding there. No,
we have a lot of fun.
So tell me this. You work for Cumulus. So
I do.
Tell us about this the world's largest garage sale indoors.
And that's how you have to say it,
yeah,
too.
The largest garage sale indoors.
They do it in the big convention center, and they section off and sell booth space. And so there's basically more than 100 garage sales all in that one spot.
So anybody can do this. They have already done it.
Yeah, all of the booth space is gone, and it's $2 to get in.
We're here with Libby from Goodwill, and Goodwill is a sponsor for the world's largest indoor garage sale. Okay, so one booth's going to have your awesome Job Connections program.
Yes, which is one of the services we provide through the donations that are dropped off by people in our local community, and then it funds the services such as Job Connections for the local community.
So people can come out there and find out how to find a job,
exactly.
how to build a resume, the things that you guys do to help folks.
Yes, learn about Job Connections. They can learn about job search services. It's free, it's open to the public. We have a number of locations. Our computer store is going to be out there. They're going to be selling anything from cell phone accessories to computer accessories and other items from our computer store where people can bring their used computers and we refurbish them and then sell them to, again, fund the services that we provide.
Best part of all, though, this is what I love that you guys are doing. I think this is really good. You know, when you're done with your garage sale, the worst part is you have all that stuff left over, and what do you do with it?
Yes.
You guys are going to have trucks there.
Yes, at the end of the event, any vendors who don't want to take home the items that they bring, they can put them on our trucks, get a donation receipt, and know that their products and donations are going to fund the services that we provide for the local community.
Now that's Goodwill. here we go. This is our rundown. We're going to introduce, remember those 4 garage sale pieces we did?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to put each one of those. So this is the negotiator. So in the video, I actually play the irritating guy, but obviously that wasn't real. I was acting because obviously I wouldn't be that guy, right?
Yeah, you're method acting, weren't you?
You know, we could actually intro this that way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That might work, Bill. I could actually just do that like that. So could we, do you think, I think we could do that like that. Why do you put yourself through it? You know what I'm talking about. You thought you'd just put a few things out for a garage sale and then he shows up. You take 50 cents for that? The negotiator, the bargainer, the cheapskate. How about a nickel for all this? Negotiation is sport to this guy. Okay, how much for all this?
20 bucks.
3. Who let him out anyway? Come on, $8.50, $8.75, $8.85. Why did you do it? Would you take $3 for that? You knew he'd show up. How much for this sign?
It's not for sale.
He always shows up. What about this fishing pole up here? So how much for all these tools and this gas?
It's not for sale.
Now he knows where you live. Hey, so what about this computer in here? Oh wow, look at this lamp. Look at this lamp.
We have 2 different kinds of coffee that we use, 2 different blends that are roasted in 2 different ways. We use a local roaster to do all of our coffees. Both coffees are unique to us. We use one for our house blend, it's a secret recipe. We use another for our espresso blend. And they're both pretty dark and rich, very deeply flavored, and both very Italian. The blends that we've come up with, mostly it comes through a series of tastings, multiple tastings over and over and over again, just like we do with our pizza. And so we roast some and taste it and adjust the blend and roast some and taste it. We're using 5 different beans for our espresso, 4 different beans for our house coffee. And we're pretty thankful to have been given the opportunity to create, you know, on that level and introduce some really fine coffee to Coburg.
You're probably hearing a lot about colorectal cancer right now. That's because March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. The Eugene Gastroenterology Consultants are doing something kind of funny. They're putting out this ad in local media with a Jeopardy. It looks like Jeopardy and it's talking about buying a bowel. Well, the whole idea is to get your attention about a colonoscopy. What I found after mine was that it's not only a diagnostic tool, a colonoscopy can also be a preventative tool.
Good afternoon, Rick. Good seeing you.
Hi, Dr. Wu.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
A colonoscopy is not one of the aspects of turning 50 most of us get all that excited about.
Most of the time, patients will say that the procedure itself, after this point, is a piece of cake. Okay? It's all getting ready for that with drinking that stuff and fasting. That's the hardest thing.
After fasting for 24 hours, it's time to begin the preparation.
All right. Here we go.
There's a whole day you have to drink liquids, and then you have to drink some substance that will actually purge the bowels. We need all that material out of your colon for us to get a good look. So I think there's a lot of people who hesitate for that reason alone.
We're not going to show you the rest of this part. We'll catch up with you tomorrow at the clinic.
You check in, have you of course change into a gown. They'll start an IV for us to give you IV fluids and also give you sedation. And then you're taken into a special room, which is where the procedure is.
Yeah, how far in do you go?
We want to go all the way to the beginning of the colon, which is where your appendix lives. So it's about, if you will talk distance, about 5 or 6 feet, depending how you measure it.
Once the doctor administers the sedative, I didn't feel or remember a thing.
The resolution on this scope is very good. We can see polyps just 1 or 2 millimeters in size, which if you look on a ruler, is pretty small. So we have to actually go From the anus, advance it sort of up the tunnel, if you will, to get to the way over here, which is what we call the cecum, or the beginning of the colon.
5 to 8% of Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer in their lifetime. That's about 1 in 15 people.
We slowly come out, look at all the walls of the colon, if you will, look at all the all the surface area. We're looking for polyps, which are little growths of tissue. They look like warts almost. They could be potentially precancerous growths. And we look for anything that might be abnormal.
Colon cancer is one of the only cancers that the death rate is actually dropping. Colon cancer is also one of the only cancers you can prevent with this type of procedure.
Which is pretty astounding if you think about it, and pretty exciting. But people don't recognize that that's, what's the price of that sort of assurance and that process? Well, the price is drinking some stuff, going to the bathroom, being on a liquid diet, and going through a colonoscopy once every 10 years or so. That's not that big a deal.
Still, of the people who should be getting screened with a colonoscopy, only about 50% are actually doing so.
And I think part of that is the privacy issue. Like, okay, it's not in private, in polite company, you don't mention anything about anuses or rectums or colons or bowels or prostate or...
The experts at Eugene Gastroenterology Consultants are trying to demystify the colonoscopy with some creative, innovative, and sometimes humorous public education campaigns.
As I mentioned, sort of the puritanical view of, let's not talk about that. But they didn't talk about breast cancer 50 years ago. It was a taboo topic. It's like, don't ever talk about breast. That's not what you talk about in polite company. But if you look at what's changed over the years, that view has changed, and appropriately so.
The hope is, the more comfortable we become talking about these issues, the more normal the colonoscopy will be. The colon conversation is slowly changing.
The biggest reason is to hopefully prevent colon cancer from forming. Or the other reason, which is obviously plan B, is to catch it earlier. Because the earlier we catch colon cancer, the more treatable it is.
Look, Rick, this is what I was telling you about. We used to have garage sales all the time. It's hard to get rid of just this random little stuff.
So it's all the little things.
Yeah.
That's a good reason to not have a garage sale.
Right, because then people are just at your house for no reason looking at your knickknacks. I wish there was a way to bundle it all together in ways to just kind of give a bag of stuff together.
Ta-da!
That is so smart. Way to go, Goodwill. Way to be on it. That is good.
Think of all the stuff at your garage sale that you know won't sell. I mean, what are you going to do with all those candles and crayons? We know what to do with them. Goodwill recycles them and makes them into new candles and put folks to work at the same time. What about all that darn yarn? You'll try to sell it, it won't sell. Or those Matchbox cars. We bundle and package the stuff you can't sell and put people to work. Do you really want to have a garage sale?
We love giving things away, especially delicious food. So Ranchito Grill wanted to be a part of that. Drop by, enter to win, and it could be you. What
do they win?
2 dinners, 2 drinks at Ranchito Grill.
So who's the winner?
Do I have a heckler out here? Tammy Schultz, I believe, right? Who would, you know everything, Trebek. Why don't you read it from your card? Tammy Schultz, congratulations.
What I will tell you, about our food is that we prepare everything from scratch. So we make sure we hire people that have the passion for making food. That's one of the ingredients. The other one, we make sure that our recipes, they use the ingredients that we tell them to use. And before we put it into the market, we make sure we test, try it. What I love about this business is the people.
Rick, this is kind of what I was talking about. When you have a garage sale, but you just have those little random items that you don't know what to do with, but you want to get rid of.
Right.
You can't really charge much for them anyway, so I don't think you're going to make a lot of money.
We did some research for Goodwill to find out what do you really make when you have a garage sale, and just take it to Goodwill. Watch. Hey, Aaron, come on, get your pole. Let's go fishing. You and me. Come on, let's go down the river and go fishing.
Hey, honey, you got this, right? I can go?
No, you are not leaving.
Oh, that's right. You're having a garage sale.
But while I'm out fishing, you'll be making thousands and thousands of dollars, right?
So I looked it up online. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median income for a single person in Oregon is roughly $26,000. $1,000 a year plus some change. Divide that by 52 weeks. You come up with $503 a week. Divide that by 40 hours a week. And you come up with $12.58 an hour. So you spend 4 hours setting up. Then you have 2 days of actually working the garage sale, so that's 16 hours, and you're watching people paw through your stuff. Then roughly clean up to, let's say, 4 hours. Now you've got 24 hours tied up in your sale. Multiply that by $12.58, that's the dollars per hour you're making. You come up with $301.92. So what do you think you make at a garage sale, average? It's between $500 and $700. So let's say you make $600 at a garage sale. Let's take the $600 and we will subtract the $301.92 that cost you to work the garage sale, come up with a total of $298.08. Was it worth it? Less than $300? You should have just taken it to Goodwill. So it's not like I need to ask you anything about your pizza because I'm like a Coburg pizza. I love your pizza.
Yeah,
So
will you please do this?
yeah. Would you please? I still beg you. So tell me, for other people who don't know, I think the thing I noticed the most about your pizza is the crust, and I don't know where you got that recipe, but you'll tell me, and the toppings. You do some crazy things with the pizza.
We do some crazy things with pizza. We call it Pizzesco, which in Italian means crazy. And the crust is great, and it's a secret, sorry. But we probably use 130 different toppings, cheeses, and sauces on our pizzas, and have 57 different pies on the menu, and weird, wacky, crazy, but award-winning stuff like jambalaya pizza, and jalapeno popper pizza, and apple crisp pizza, and s'mores pizza, and a salmon pizza, all kinds of stuff.
Because you're crazy about pizza.
Crazy about pizza. Always have been. Always have been.
So the thing is, you need people to know is you have 2 locations now,
Yeah.
and you're still in Coburg.
Still in Coburg, never leaving Coburg. Coburg Pizza Company not in Coburg would just be, well, strange.
Come here.
I just don't trust the guy.
I actually can't show you on yours, but look, on these,
Yeah.
see how dingy they are?
Oh, yeah.
Like this? A1 Auto Glass has this new service where they can shine and polish that up.
Basically, we're resurfacing the headlight to take off all of the old coating that was on it. Basically, the UV rays have broken it down and yellowed it and made it so that the light can't shine through it as well. We're sanding all that old product off, and then we'll reapply a new product that will protect it from the UV rays. And it's a safety difference more than anything else. So I mean, if you're able to see what's in front of you, you can either avoid it if it's something that you don't want to hit, and just confidence in driving.
This time of year, especially after the winter we've had, a lot of us are looking through our windshield and realizing I have rock chips and cracks in my windshield, and I need to get those fixed. Not only because we need to be able to see out your windshield, but also the windshield is an integral part of the safety structure of your vehicle. John Tocatli is the man behind A1. We recently got to sit down and talk with him about why he does what he does.
Windshields, side windows, back windows.
After nearly 30 years in the auto and now RV glass business, you won't find anyone who knows more about windshields than John Tocatli.
You got to stock all that stuff to be able to take care of the customer when they need it. And obviously, so for stock, we have the largest stock in the state of Oregon.
John left his homeland of Beirut, Lebanon in 1985 to escape a war and find a quiet place to raise a family. John's father followed him to Eugene, Oregon. They bought A1 Auto Glass, and the rest is local history.
So if it's not done proper, if it's not installed properly, you have all kinds of issues. Water leaks, air leaks, whistle.
John is attached to A1 Auto Glass like a father to his first child. In the early days, he lived next door to the shop in Eugene off High Street and worked at a trade he learned under his father overseas. That was a long time ago, and John doesn't get to work in the shop these days.
I am a very old-fashioned guy. Definitely do things the old-fashioned way, and it works for me. It's always worked for me, and I will never change.
Now, Tocatli has 5 A1 auto glass stores from Eugene to Springfield to Corvallis and Roseburg.
I put myself in the other person's shoe. If this was me, what would I expect the shop to do or the other person? If I'm good with that, I think I did the right thing. My promise to you, if I promise you something is going to happen, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how much money it takes, how much effort. I want to make sure whatever I promise you is going to be delivered. I got it from my dad. My dad taught me, from early age is like, you do things just not for the money, you do it because that's the right thing to do. That's been embedded in my brain, and I definitely follow that philosophy. I don't believe in papers. I don't believe signing things. Just if I give you my word, should be good enough. And so I know things change these days, but I'm still have not changed.
John Tocatli is committed to the community where he lives.
When you give, it comes to you tenfold. We have the Relief Nursery. It's something I believe in. The Mission is also another organization, and we do quite a bit in the community. Sometimes we just don't say anything about it. We just do it.
That, in a nutshell, is John Tocatli, a guy who deeply cares about what he does. A man who sees trust as something you earn and must keep.
We know so many people in this town. They're all friends and family, and we're not going to take any risk. It's not worth it.
A member of this community who believes responsibility is an investment in people.
If I have the ability to help somebody, I will do it. And God always took care of us, always gave us more.
Where your word is your word, and doing the right thing still matters.
Who would ever buy that?
What are the chances? How did you get this? Did you set this up?
I made it.
Oh, you
I'm
would.
doing toll painting.
Your flowers are phenomenal. They've come a long way. I don't want you to feel bad about that. I want you to feel really good.
When you bring a donation like a shoe or a boot in to Goodwill, part of the proceeds go to help fund the Job Connections program. When you buy something at Goodwill, the same thing happens. The Job Connections program just started a partnership with Centro Latino Americano. They're doing some amazing things with Spanish-speaking services for folks in our community looking for a job. Take a look at how it works.
A partnership between the Goodwill Jobs Connections program and Centro Latino Americano is giving hope to a lot of job seekers.
A lot, because it's just know the language, that she's bilingual. She can understand my feelings. She can understand how I feel being in this country.
Shannon East interns with Centro Latino Americano. Part of that internship is helping Spanish-speaking job seekers at Goodwill.
I think it's really difficult, especially if they don't have complete literacy skills. The language barrier, it's not being able to even apply, even if it's for a position that is only Spanish speaking. Sometimes if they don't have somebody to walk them through those steps of being able to fill out the application and understand what is actually written, they're not going to have a chance at all. So
I feel like I have somebody, like just job is like a friend, they're helping me.
And because of this partnership, people are connecting with jobs and much more.
On our end, we can help clients with job searches by sending them to Goodwill, and then on our interns' end, they may be able to send clients our way who need help with other kind of life categories that could help them to be successful job applicants and productive community members.
I'm just happy, and I just want to say thank you for having her here.
So Rick, this has been fun. I love playing at Goodwill with you, and you've shown me a lot of reasons why you don't need to have a garage sale, why it's annoying, why it's a headache. But I think I know what you're getting at.
You getting the point?
Maybe. Tell me if I'm wrong. But Goodwill helps people, and that's why you bring your stuff to Goodwill.
Watch. The number one reason you don't want to have a garage sale is not about the time it takes, the money you won't make, or the irritating wheeler dealer who always shows up. Would you take $3 for that? Nope, not even close.
Oh my gosh, Tweety Bird! Hey, Tweety Bird. Sassy.
The #1 reason not to have a garage sale is Goodwill employee Rachel Priest and the over 4,500 other people Goodwill helped find jobs for last year.
I work at Goodwill for 20 years. Yep, 20 years down the road. And I like it.
The things you don't need anymore, Goodwill restores, recycles, and resells to help put people to work and pay for programs for people with barriers to employment.
They want to understand about my angry problem. My angry and I'm learning disabled.
Value is recyclable. Belongings we assume are used up still provide so much goodwill at Goodwill.
I want to work different jobs, like making candles, shrink wrapping, and puzzles, and bake some toys or something, and you just bake. Yeah, I like different jobs. But one thing, it's different, and I like it, Jackie.
Goodwill Industries of Lane County sees possibilities.
I'm very safer. I like it. I have make new friends, have old friends.
Come on, you don't really want to have a garage sale.
And they understand. They're like very understanding people.
And thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, it's good to have you back.
Thank you. I kind of missed you a little bit.
It's
I don't
kind
know.
of crazy that way, kind of like a cold sore, huh?
It's confusing. I don't know.
Well, it's good to have you back, and so we'll see you next time.
Okay, cool. I'm
All
out.
right.
All right?
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
oh, by the way, you want to put this on your tab or just wrap it up? Just whatever you need to do. It's Rick. He's a Rick the answer.
Will, go catch Emma before she gets away. So before you get away, we want to tell you that we would love to tell your story. That's what we do for a living. We put it on the show. Get in touch with me. Email me at rick@rickdancer.com. You can contact me on Facebook, Rick Dancer Conversations, or go to my YouTube page, Go Rick Dancer. You figure it out. Good night. It's crazy that's here.
That's weird.
I know.
We just,
I know. That really was. We didn't plan this. That was Emma's
random.
little sign here. So.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
I'm right here.
Where were you, Emma? Well, I had this little issue.
So you don't need me anymore? You want me to go?
Really like what you've done with your hair, Emma. Thank you, Rick.
I told you to stop touching my coconuts. What are you going to do, sue me?
Yeah. Whoops. This is from the sun rays, the UV rays. Blah, 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 blah.
You're good at this.
This is from... So who's the winner?
Do I have a heckler out here? Tammy Schultz, I believe, right? You know everything, Trebek. Why don't you read it from your card? Tammy Schultz, congratulations.
I got an idea for a blooper for the end of the show.
We don't need ideas for a blooper.
I think we should do like a dance. Do you think we could like?
I don't know if you should. I wish I could hear the music in your head.
Okay, so pretend like you can. See?